Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. I hope you are reading a great book. I am back with another video, and this will be a very special video because instead of picking books randomly, I decided to go to my friends and ask for a book suggestion. And right now I have a list of books with me, so we'll go through this list and see what kind of books my friends have suggested me. First one is Shantaram. Shantaram is a 2003 novel by Gregory David Roberts in which a convicted Australian bank robber and heroin addict escapes from Pentridge prison and flees to India. The novel is commended by many for its vivid portrayal of life in Bombay in the early to late 1980s. Now I have a couple of points to make about Shantaram. First, it's a very big book. Second, it's not easily available, so I have to check my Amazon once again and see whether it's back in stock or not. And Apple TV has also made a show based on this book, so I'll watch that show as well. Book number 2 is called Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. It is a 2022 novel by Gabriel Zevin. Amazon named it the best book of 2022. Now that's a pretty big claim. Over the course of 3 decades, the relationship between two friends changes as they develop a Japanese themed game that draws critical attention. I am very much excited about this book because I've been seeing this book a lot on Bookstagram accounts and on various YouTube channels about books. Now book number 3, and the friend who suggested me this book, he's been talking about this book for over a year now, and he suggested this book to almost all of his friends. So this book is called What Are You Doing With Your Life? Life hurts us all, but rarely are we taught how to deal with these shocks. J. Krishnamurti offers an introduction to many of life's themes, from relationships and love to fear and loneliness. He asks questions such as what is the significance of life and what is the purpose of life. He argues that we ask these questions when there is chaos and uncertainty within, and ultimately it is our responsibility to the choices we make and how we choose to live our lives. I will be reading this book and going back to my friend and just discuss this book. I'm sure that he'll love that. Book number 4 is from one of my favorite authors. It's called Honor by Elif Shafak. Set in Turkey and London in the 1970s, Honor explores pain and loss, loyalty and betrayal, the clash of tradition and modernity, as well as the love and heartbreak that can tear any family apart. Now I know for a fact that this book will be a success because I have read the 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak and I loved that book, so I have enough faith in her. Book number 5, and I'm sure that you guys have heard about this book. It's called The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It is a historical fiction novel by American author Taylor Jenkins Reid, published in the year 2017. The novel tells the story of the fictional old Hollywood star Evelyn Hugo, who at the age of 79 gives a final interview to an unknown journalist. Now, this book has been all over the internet. I'm not just talking about Bookstagram accounts or booktube channels. I'm talking about internet in general. This book has been everywhere. Book number 6, it is a graphic novel. It's called Grass. Grass is a powerful anti-war graphic novel telling the life story of a Korean girl who was forced into sexual slavery for the Japanese Imperial Army during the Second World War, a disputed chapter in the 20th century Asian history. Recently I've been getting into graphic novels, so this will be something that I'm looking forward to. Book number 7 from one of my dearest friends. This book is called Midnight's Library. The book's protagonist is a young woman named Nora Seed who is unhappy with her choices in life. During the night, she tries to kill herself but ends up in a library managed by her school librarian. The library is situated between life and death, with millions of books filled with stories of her life had she made some different decisions. In this library, she then tries to find the life in which she is the most content. My friend has been trying to convince me to read this book for a long time, so I guess 2023 is the time when I finally pick this book up and read it. Book number 8, When My Name Was Kyoko. It is a 2002 Asian historical fiction novel written by Linda Sue Park. It was first published on March 18th, 2002. The book is set in Korea during World War II when Japan conquered Korea and was trying to destroy Korean culture. The story is told from the perspectives of two Korean siblings, Tae Yul and Sun Hee. Now, the friend who suggested me this book, she loves reading and she has a very beautiful bookstagram account, so I'll be mentioning that in the description. You can go and follow her page. She writes reviews of almost every book that she reads. Book number 9. Things have gotten worse since we last spoke. A whirlpool of darkness churns at the heart of a macabre ballet between two lonely young women in an internet chat room in the early 2000s, a darkness that threatens to forever transform them once they finally succumb to their most horrific desires. Now, I don't know much about this book, but since it's been suggested by a good friend, I have enough trust in that friend's suggestion. Now, book number 10, it's a non-fiction book. It's called Everything is Figure Outable: How to Deal with Criticism and Imposter Syndrome, Why It's Crucial That You Strive for Progress, Not Perfection, How to Bounce Back from Failure, How to Overcome a Lack of Time and Money. You will also hear triumphant stories of everyday people using the Everything is Figure Outable philosophy to transform their lives. Everything is Figure Outable is more than just a fun phrase to say. It's practical, actionable discipline, and it's about you to make you unstoppable. Book number 11. This is Going to Hurt. Secret Diaries of a Junior Doctor is a non-fiction book by British comedy writer Adam Kay, published in the year 2017 by Picador. Picador is one of my favorite publishers. It is a collection of diary entries written by Kay during his medical training from 2004 to 2010. Kay's book discusses political issues in the healthcare system of the National Health Service in the UK and societal conflicts between the general population and neglected doctors. Kay accomplishes this by incorporating humor into his personal anecdotes that depict his life as he progresses through his medical training and his eventual resignation from his career. Book number 12, The Secret History. The Secret History is the first novel by the American author Donna Tartt, published in 1992, set in New England. The campus novel tells the story of a closely knit group of 6 classic students at Hampden College, a small elite liberal arts college located in Vermont, based upon Bennington College, where our author Donna Tartt herself was a student between 1982 and 86. Now, book number 13, it's called Animals People by Indra Sinha. It was shortlisted for the 2007 Man Booker's Prize Award. Sinha's narrator is a 19-year-old orphan of Khaufpur, born a few days before the 1984 Bhopal disaster, whose spine has become so twisted that he must walk on all fours. Ever since he can remember, he has gone on all fours, known to everyone simply as Animal. He rejects sympathy, spouts profanity, and obsesses about sex. He lives with a crazy old French nun called Ma Frankie and his dog Jara. Also, he falls in love with a local musician's daughter Nisha. Now, this is a very touchy subject. I'm sure you must all know about the Bhopal disaster of 1984. So, I think it will be a very emotional read. Now, the final book from a friend who is very much into arts and classics. So, this book is called The Lady of the Camellias. The Lady of the Camellias tells the story of Margaret Gautier, the most beautiful, brazen, and expensive courtesan in all of Paris, known to all as the Lady of the Camellias because She is never seen without her favorite flowers. She leads a glittering life of endless parties and aristocratic balls, with the richest men in France flocking to her boudoir to lay their fortunes at her feet. But despite having many lovers, she has never really loved until she meets Armand Duval, young, handsome, and from a lower social class, and yet hopelessly in love with Margaret. So this will be a very interesting read because I am very much into classics, and this book has been written by uh, Alexander Dumas' son. So that's something very interesting. So that was all. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll be reading all these books and hopefully making review videos of all these books. So stay tuned for that, and happy reading to you all. If you guys have liked this video, uh, do consider subscribing to the channel and share it with your friends. That's all. Thank you.